Hi there, it's Jonathan, your gardener. Just sat in the potting shed at the moment. I thought I'd just have a quick word with you guys, just to let you know, if I go all the time during my videos, it's mainly because I haven't figured out yet how to do the editing to get all those out of it. So I try not to do it, and I hope it's not too annoying for you guys. Today, see there, I've done it now. What I'm going to do is just give you a quick idea of what I'm doing today. So I'm in the potting shed at the moment, and I've been sort of working on a few bits and bobs. So I started to grow some cress here. It's a little bit sort of running towards the light. I might have to think about putting that out somewhere. I think we're in for some mildish wet weather, so we should be all right with that sort of thing. I've also bought in a lot of the wood materials that I've been collecting, you know, pallets, bits of offcuts of fence posts, etc. So they're not sat in the wet. We've got a little bit of panel there, which I'm sure I'll find a use of for a project. One of the things I wanted to do was a like a hedgehog house, which I'm going to still try to get sorted. Another thing that I wanted to try to do, if we can, is to have a word with you residents as soon as we can, really, if we get a chance, to see if any of you are sort of inclined towards art and whether you might help me out by doing a few little features for me. I noticed that there's a number of pebbles which are in the garden which are being painted on, and I wanted to sort of continue that theme, and I wondered whether if I clean down the pebbles, whether you've got the facility to paint up some of those for me, because that would be appreciated. I'm going to put them all together. The other thing that I'm thinking about doing is to get some tiles, which I've already got a few of them from Tops Tiles, and we could paint on those with acrylics. So I want to do a sort of insect, bird, vegetable garden and flowers, basically, and they're sort of hexagonal tiles, and it just gives people a bit of a chance to express themselves if they fancy doing something like that. So hopefully I'll be able to speak to you all soon about various projects that I've got going on. I want to make it quite an interesting garden with lots of additional features, whether it's going to be sort of artistic things or some sort of sculptural thing. I'm going to think really hard about it and see what I can come up with for you. I'll show you what I'm doing today, because I'm digging a trench so that we can sort of get a level terrace for the garden, and I'll show you that now. So I've got to think about some sort of pathway here. I think I may do another lower terrace wall here, retaining wall, and then I'm thinking about a path coming up over here, and I had to take out the rest of those daisies. Unfortunately, they were beginning to go over, but they were right in the middle of what's going to be my veg plot. So this morning I've dug a trench. Ray, the maintenance chap, very kindly has painted in with a yellow paint along here a line for me to dig the trench for, and I've got little wooden stakes there which I've gone along with a spirit level, and they form the bottom of the trench. And then once we've got that, we're going to use some post concrete and we're going to make it into a base for it, and then we're going to put these blocks in, and hopefully I'll be able to, if they're sticking up proud of the lower area, this grass area, then I'll hopefully be able to decorate the edge of them here so that they look interesting for the veg garden. And then I'm going to redistribute the soil around here as much as we can. And as I said before, this is hopefully it's going to be something like a patio area or a wildflower garden, something like that. The other thing that I'm hoping to do is to be able to still gather up some fruit and some veg and bits and pieces. So, you know, obviously you get all the meals sorted here, but you know, we may be able to put some baskets of various produce, if I manage to get some things in reception, and then we can perhaps offer it with a small donation to, you know, family and friends perhaps. So we'll see how it goes there. We've got some apples coming out. They're beginning to colour up a little bit. There's a huge crop of apples, so it'd be nice if I could put that to some sort of use if I can. I'm going to give a bit of a water to everything in a little while. We're hopefully having some sort of garden party open day. Still being worked on at the moment, but I want to try to figure out where the parasols are. I think there must be some parasols, because there is a number of these parasol stands here around the corner. You know, I'm hoping for decent weather, so we've got a few of those there, and I'm going to continue to tidy down here because I want to try to get rid of some of the materials that I've got in storage here in case people are brought in through along the other way, but hopefully they'll better come in through the main entrance. Look, we've got a ladybird on here, which is a really healthy creature for the to eat aphids and blackfly and things like that. I've been looking into that. They have different numbers of spots, and they're various types of ladybug or ladybird, and they're very good. Apparently they like to be on nettles to lay their eggs, so I've kept some nettles by, which I am going to replant, which I did mention in an earlier informational video that I did. Yeah, the flowers are coming out in the woodland area, so I do really want to cover up some of this with bark again, just to make it look a little bit neater. Well, look, there we go. That's a little bit of an update for today, and hopefully we'll start to get the wall built and you'll be able to see what's going on there. I'll show you the stones before we finish up today. We've got a pile of them here. You know, maybe some of them need a little bit of a redo, but they're really nice and artistic, and I want to paint some of these other ones up if we can. You know, if you guys don't mind helping me, that would be much appreciated. Okay, have a good day. I'm going to get on with things and do as much as I can. I'm bringing some more soil in today, so we'll see how that goes. All right, bye.